Hello everybody, we're going to be reviewing Mass Effect 2 today, the PlayStation 3 version. Mass Effect 2, first off, this version is different from the Xbox and the PC version. The reason is because the PlayStation 3 version came out a year later. Mass Effect 1 was not available for the PlayStation 3. So, let's take a look at the differences. On the PlayStation 3 version, it comes with all the DLCs. To my belief, I think it's all of them, but I'm not sure. It might be all of them except one DLC. But, yeah. I think that's and they're the mission DLCs. It's not the weapon packs and armor packs. Also on the PlayStation, there is, interactive comic that explains what happened in Mass Effect 1, which I think is pretty cool that BioWare put that in the game, in my opinion. And lastly, for the PlayStation 3 version, it's running the Mass Effect 3 engine, so I think it may be going faster, obviously slightly better graphics, so that's always a plus. And then, okay, well, that's the only difference. It's time to review the game itself. Okay, first of all, I just wanted to get this off my chest. I love the story on this game. The story is very deep. It's very detailed. Obviously, the guys at BioWare had a very good imagination. Made this game great. Just the story. And then, the combat in the game. Let's go over to the combat. The game is very fun, and it doesn't really get old, which is great, because this game is a long game, and as long as the combat's fun and all that's fun, you'll never get bored. And the combat's also fun because of all the powers and stuff like that, and all the weapons at your disposal. It's just great. And yeah, that's what I have to say about the combat. Okay, next on my list is the conversations. In many RPGs, you get to pick what you say to people, and in most RPGs, I would say it's pretty boring, all the conversations. But in Mass Effect, it's much different, because there's Paragon and Renegade in this game, and Paragon is like when you're nice to somebody, so your Paragon meter goes up when you're nice and you say nice things. And then there's the Renegade meter, which goes up when you're mean to people or just you're rebellious. You're a renegade. Okay, that's what I have to say about the conversations. They're funny, they're creative. You get to say funny stuff. You get to pick how your character talks to people. And next, let's talk about the leveling up system. The leveling up system is in Mass Effect, you level up and you get to put your points into like leveling up your powers or the different kinds of ammos that you can use and things like that. Also, as you use your teammates, your squad members level up also, and you can level up their power types. Okay. Now let's get to upgrades. The upgrading in this game is I'd say it's cool, because like when you're in a mission, you find like the upgrade schematic for upgrading guns or your ship or whatever, and then back on your ship you can upgrade it in the lab. And in order to actually upgrade it, you need to find the upgrade and you need to have the raw materials. How you get the raw materials is you travel through space, and you launch probes into planets using this small minigame, which I don't really have a problem with. It's not a bad minigame. It might get a little bit boring after you do it for a long time, but, you know, just don't do it for a long time. Just get what you need and stop. And then, once you get the raw materials, you can do the certain upgrades and such. Okay, what next? Let's talk about some of the armor customization and the custom for your cabin on the ship. As you travel throughout space, you'll find some stores that sell maybe armor and things like that, and you can buy like fish for your fish tank, models of and I actually bought a hamster to put in my cabin at a store. So yeah, you can customize your cabin kind of like that up in the ship. It's not really a big deal. I mean, it's just kind of cool to have once you're done with the mission, and then you're like, hanging out up in your cabin. And then the armor, you get to customize your armor. You could do like any color you want. Like you can have a camo or do anything like that, which is pretty cool. And plus you can buy different armors and things to put on at the stores around space. Okay. I don't know what else to talk about, guys. Okay, let's talk about some of the bad things about this game. I'm gonna be honest, there aren't really a lot of bad things that I can find about this game. I had trouble naming some things. One of the bad things about this game is loading screens. The loading screens, I mean, I'm RPG and all, but I don't see why the loading screens are so long sometimes. It's just ridiculous. And also, this game, this isn't really a con, but this game may not be for, I mean, because some people may not want to put a lot of time and energy into a game, and I don't know, it's just, just a lot of time and energy. Not really energy, more time than anything, but I think it's all pays off, and I think it's all worth it because of the story and things like that. So this is why I give this game an 8.75. Yeah, it's a great game, fantastic. I recommend it to anybody, and I also recommend you play it before you play Mass Effect 3, if anybody's planning on playing Mass Effect 3. Which, let's see, by the time this review is out, Mass Effect 3 should be out in like 2 weeks. So if you want to play it, you should probably start now, because it took me, with all the DLCs and stuff, to beat this game in about 30 hours. So, yeah, a lot of time. Well, I guess I'll see you guys later. 8.5, great game. Recommend it completely to anybody who likes RPGs or shooters, or a good story. Basically, awesome. I love this game.